Baile anseo ar ócáid speisialta ag ceiliúradh our Cuoineachán the Mínadóirí na hÉireann. So I'd like to welcome everyone here today to our special event celebrating the Leadville Irish Miners Memorial. We are here in what was once known as Little Ireland of Colorado. It's incredible to see who all has come here from far and wide today. I'd like to make note of our Irish consul, Micheál Smith, from the San Francisco Consulate. Our honorary Irish consul who is here, Jim Lyons. And we have the Mayor of Leadville, Greg Labbe. And we also have the State Representative for Lake County, Julie McCluskey. And right in front we have Cassandra from the Ute Nation as well. Going to give a blessing later on. So it's been 6 years since we first had a commemoration on this site. At the time, we just laid a wreath on the location just to mark the day. And here we are today. This was my first time actually seeing this completed. And I got quite choked up coming in here, and I know others did too. So I'm going to try and hold it together. It's like, I don't have anyone connected to me buried in these graves, but from the time we've spent over the last 6 years, this kind of labor of love has kind of become deep in our heart. So it's a massive undertaking to complete. This is just the celebration of the completion of phase 1 of this memorial. And we were very fortunate to get a third grant from the Irish government that will help us complete we have temporary panels here, but in next year in 2023 we will complete them with glass panels to truly name the unnamed. And there were many obstacles along the way, a pandemic which delayed work and increased costs, and we are all volunteers involved in this. But I would like to start by just thanking all the people who have played a part in this. And my apologies if I haven't included everyone, but I'd first like to thank the steering committee behind this, and maybe when I call your name just to stand up, Lisa Switzer, Tess Julian, and Mark De La Torre at the back, stand up, Kathleen Fitzsimmons, right here. Professor Jim Walsh, and I was tagging along as well. I'd also like to acknowledge and thank all the other directors in Irish Network Colorado who were available to assist whenever we needed over the years. I don't believe our landscape designer Barnabas Kane is here, but he gave a lot of his own time pro bono to help with this project from the very beginning, so we thank him. But a special word of thanks to two people in particular this summer who went above and beyond to make this what we are seeing today a reality. And that's Mark De La Torre and Luke Finken. So, up till yesterday evening, Mark was here. He was here all day yesterday working on these panels. And Luke almost became a general contractor here over the summer. And, we were down in Denver and he was up here making sure everything was going to plan and coordinating it all. So we really appreciate all that work he did. There was a number of local organisations that were instrumental with in-kind donations of various types over the past few years. I'd like to thank Mayor Labbe and the City of Leadville, who anytime we asked were right there for us. Leadville City Council, Leadville Streets Department, Lake County Road and Bridge, Lake County Government, Climax Molybdenum Mine, and in particular the Chief Engineer Chris Smith, who sadly passed away in December of last year before he could see this completed, and this big rock that they were responsible for from Climax. Leadville Lake County Public Library, Leadville's Annunciation Church, the Friends of Evergreen Cemetery, and the Leadville Shack Club. So we thank them all. To the man who designed our centrepiece, Terry Brennan in Wicklow, who I think would love to be here for any kind of an event like this, an excuse to come from Ireland back to Colorado. He sculpted the centrepiece, and also to Bronze Services of Loveland, who realised Terry's vision. Then to all our donors who gave so generously, and in particular to Noel Hickey, who is sitting here in the front row. He organised annual black tie galas, bringing much needed funds for the project. And on this day, I would like to also acknowledge Noel's mother, Mary, who passed away just on Thursday evening. To the Irish government, Ambassador Mulhall, and the Irish Consulate in Austin, who have been unreal supporters of us since its inception, since Consul General Adrian Farrell visited here almost exactly 6 years ago. We have benefited from 3 grants as part of the Immigrant Support Programme, and the third of which I described is going to help us over the line to complete this project. So I want to thank you. A round of applause for our Irish representatives. To Professor Jim Walsh, whose tireless 20 years of research into the Leadville Irish is one of the main reasons why we are all here today, and to his students who've done tireless research into finding out who exactly were the people buried in these unmarked graves. And I want to make it known that all of our donors, both financial and in kind, will be permanently acknowledged in 2023 as we complete phase 2 of this project. Finally, the event today is missing one larger-than-life character, someone who had deep knowledge of the Irish in Denver and was so supportive of this project. And anytime Irish Network Colorado asked for someone to come on a historical walk somewhere in Denver of a cemetery, Dennis Gallagher was right there. Dennis was to many people many different things. To us, he was a lovable rogue. And if he was here today, he would be passing a witty anecdote, probably making mention of Gallagher's ghost. He would make mention of Senator Joseph Gallagher, who was no relation, he made sure. But he died in an explosion at the Meyer mine. But so we have 2 Gallagher's ghosts here with us today. And Laba Imasna Nev Gorevige, may he have a bed amongst the saints. So with that, I'd like to introduce Irish Consul General Micheál Smith.
Thanks, Alan. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Gia Yiv Akarja. Hello, friends. It's an honour for me to be here representing the Irish government, along with Honorary Consul Jim Lyons, and the page is gone. To be here to unveil phase 1 of this remarkable memorial. I was very grateful, I'm very grateful to have been shown around this area by Kathleen yesterday. It's hard not to be struck by the peace, the beauty and the tragedy of this area. And it's hard not to imagine and bring yourself back to a place where the miners found themselves, so many miners from across the world found themselves many years ago. Many of the Irish had fled here in the long aftermath of the Great Famine and Gore to Moor. To come here, many desperately seeking survival. Some succeeded, and as we all know, many perished. Many had to bury spouses, siblings, parents, and children in this plot. And I'm sure many of them would have been desperately disappointed to have had buried their children and their family in plots that were unmarked and in a free area. That would have added, I'm sure, to the anguish that they had felt. These facts underline the preciousness of this memorial. These people are now recognised. Their struggles, their sacrifices, their odyssey in this world is recognised here. You should be very proud of what you've achieved. Everyone here should be very proud of what is achieved, of the legacy that you have developed and created. Not just the legacy from the 19th century, but a legacy that would last beyond that for another century and beyond. I want to thank you all, and Alan has gone through all the key players, but it's a community event. It's the Irish community it's the Leadville community, it's the Colorado community. I want to thank you all for all your help in making this a success and developing this memorial. Thanks to Mayor Gregg. I was told yesterday that you may not have found any Irish sort of heritage, but I can confirm you're an honorary Irishman today. Thank you to the Ute people, Ute tribe. This is your land. You were here long before us, long before the mining community here. And Cassandra, I just want to thank you for the dignity that you have shown and the honour that you've shown towards our people, our peoples here today. Thank you. I read a name, I was given a name by Lisa on Thursday night to read out, and I think it's a wonderful practice that you have at many events, to read out the names of the people here and remember them. Mine was Mabel Lynch. Mabel was born in 1886 and she survived for 1 year. She died in 1887. That 1-year-old would never and may never have been remembered if not for Jim, for everyone here that has been involved in this project. The fact is now that her light and the light of these numerous names up on this memorial will shine here because of you. Guramida Mahugat. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Micheál. So there were 10 names given to 10 people here today, 10 people who were buried in the unmarked graves. And if you have one of these names, you should see a number from 1 to 10. So starting from 1, we would like you to stand up, read the name and some of the other details on that card. So number 1. You have it.
Francis Flannery, born 1875, died 1883, 8 years old.
Number 2. And we
Thomas
continue.
Welsh, born 1856, died January 22nd, 1884, 28 years old.
Catherine Dugan, born 1864, died November 22nd, 1881, 17 years old.
James Madden, born 1856, died September 1884, 28 years old.
Infant Cyril, born August 19th, 1887, died August 19th, 1887, stillborn child.
Hannah O'Brien, born 1849, died May 31st, 1883, 34-year-old adult.
Agnes McCarthy, born 1885, died March 30th, 1886, 6 months old.
Ellen Sullivan, born 1838, died June 10th, 1888, 50 years old, an adult.
Infant Quinlan, born July 31st, 1886, died July 31st, 1886, stillborn.
Sophia Houghton, born 1832, died January 9th, 1887. She was 55 years old and an adult.
We remember them, and we remember all of the over 1,300 people who were buried in unmarked graves, who were forgotten, but not forever, evermore. I would like to introduce Mayor Labby to say a few words.
Thank you, Alan. To start with, I can't tell you how honored I am to be part of this ceremony. The city of Leadville has done what little it can to try and make this happen. There have been tremendous efforts, but for us to be included, I really do appreciate it, so thank you. I was reflecting on the beauty around us. We have this beautiful day, and we have beautiful trees and mountains, and it makes me wonder, what did the first Irish immigrants think when they came here. I mean, yeah, Barrow Peninsula, Leadville, the same, right? No, I mean, they're worlds apart.